What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with my second out of the theater review for this week. Yesterday, I went to see Godzilla -1. I called it -0 in the review. It was late. -1, and now I just got home from the latest from John Woo, legendary action director John Woo. It's called Silent Night, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. But before I do, if you would please consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon. That way you get notified when new videos drop. Give me a thumbs up down below if this is a movie you're looking forward to, or even if it's not a movie you're looking forward to, but you just like out of the theater reviews, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And leave me a comment down below if you saw this. What did you think of it? Or if you haven't seen it, if you're interested in seeing it. I will say I was looking forward to this movie quite a bit. When I first saw the trailer, Alex and I, we do Action Movie Guys podcast, and I was like, this looks like a movie tailor-made for the Action Movie Guys podcast. I'm very excited to see it. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. John Woo. I don't remember the last American movie he did, and I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to guess it was like Wind Talkers or something like that. Like, it's been a long time. I know he's directed a few things since, but like big action movie, I don't remember. So I was looking forward to it. Joel Kinnaman's in it. He's cool. And to my knowledge, the premise was this guy, and this is from the trailer, so no spoilers, this guy loses his son in a drive-by, gets shot in the throat, so loses his voice, thus the name Silent Night, and then he goes to get revenge. That's mostly true. Let me get to the good stuff first. The action scenes are great. They are, John Woo is a master of action cinema, and I was really hoping this was like a throwback to his early stuff, like Hard Boiled or The Killer, even like Face Off, 90s, late 80s, early 90s style action. It isn't. It does have some of his hallmarks. You're definitely going to get a lot of bullets. I mean, there are guns galore, bullets galore, slow-mo, that's a John Woo staple. So you got some slow-mo in here. You got the bullets everywhere. You got some car chases. The action is extremely well done. There's a really great action scene towards the end in a stairwell that is presented as one take. You can see the cuts, like where they cut, but it doesn't matter. It's presented as one take, and it's really awesome, of this character going up this stairwell and just murdering so many people. So that was a lot of fun. Perfectly executed action scenes. I had no problems with them. As far as the negatives, and it's negative and mixed, both. Minor spoiler, I guess, but I think people should know this going in, to be honest with you. Not only is the main character silent, everyone in this movie doesn't talk. There's no dialogue between characters. So the only time you hear talking is if someone is listening to a radio in a car, or if it's a police radio, or if there's like a song playing with lyrics. Other than that, there's maybe 10 words. Like at one point, the wife whispers like, "I'm sorry," like that. Barely anything. Like there is no dialogue. The screenwriter here just had to write like scenes out. Like guy starts working out. Doesn't have to put any dialogue. So an easy job for him, I guess. I don't know. And I was not a fan of it, to be honest with you. My main issue is that Kinnaman's a good actor, and he does a lot with his face in this, but not everyone else does. And there's a lot of decisions that are made. One thing that John Woo did in a lot of his other movies, they're very melodramatic, especially something like Face Off. This needed some dialogue for some of these scenes. There's early scenes with him and his wife that were literally driving me crazy, because it's like, if you would just say something, like, can you just talk? Can you just like say something? And then they do weird stuff like text each other, even though they're like literally standing like 15 feet apart. So it became gimmicky to me kind of quickly, and I didn't love that aspect of it. So that was a little frustrating. It does work in the action scenes just fine. And there's one or two moments where the lack of dialogue was cool, but overall, there's a lot of parts where I'm just wanting, it's mostly with him and the wife. Honestly, I was just like, can you say so? Oh, and there's a cop in here that's played by Kid Cudi. Why they cast him, I have no idea. You could have just casted any like kind of stunt man, because he doesn't talk and he doesn't do any facial expressions. So I don't even know why he's in this, but there's a couple times there too where I thought they were going to speak, or he was going to speak. And no, he says no. Kid Cudi says nothing in the entire movie. So it is not just Silent Night for our main hero. It is a Silent Night for you and me and everybody else in the movie, because nobody talks. So that was a little frustrating at times. And also there's like, the movie opens with action, like right away. You jump right into an action scene, some brutality, some blood, pretty gory. I like it. And then you get like this long bit, like, I don't know, maybe an hour, honestly, where there's not really any action. there's just like a lot of him training, but it's silent. He's just silently training, like punching dummies and stuff like that. Then there's the stuff with the wife and their kind of thing. And then him trying to solve who did it, who's responsible for his son's death and all that. But it's all done silently. And there's like a lot of flashbacks and there's no action. And this sort of thing could be, to me, usually it's contained to like a 15-minute to 20-minute section of a movie, and here it's so long. And then the finale, it's, the third act is mostly action, so then it picks back up. So I thought the action was great. I think the direction is good. I blame the screenwriter. John Woo didn't write this, so he doesn't have any writing credit on it, but the writing is not amazing. The characters, it's hard to get behind. It's not that hard to get behind the lead, but even him, he makes a lot of dumb choices that I was just like, what? Like you're screwing certain things up that you don't really have to here in this case. So it was frustrating. It was fun at times and frustrating at other times. And I hate to do this because I was really excited for this movie, but I gotta be honest, I did not love it. I did not hate it. I fell right in the middle, and therefore I'm going to have to give it a 5. I think if they took out 20 minutes of this other stuff and added more action in, or if the freaking wife would just say something, I might have not felt the way I feel about it, but I was getting a little antsy at times, and I just wanted stuff to get shot. But trust me, the action is great. So if that's all you want and you don't care if you have to sit through 45 minutes to an hour of silence, great. But if you want a better story and dialogue with your movie, this may not be the one. I would love to see John Woo do something else with a different writer. Get this man a writer with some dialogue and some characters, and he could still direct action with the best of them. So a little heartbreaking for me, but it is what it is. 5 out of 10. Anyway, I will be back next week. I have no idea what even comes out next week, so I'll be back with another Out of the Theater review. And until then, take it easy.